Before we dive into today's health tip, let me say something important. If you're a man over 60 who values real, trustworthy health advice, not hype or fads, then I encourage you to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps me as a medical doctor reach more men like you who deserve clear, honest guidance. These videos take time and care to produce, and your support means I can keep doing this vital work for our community. Now, let's address a mistake I see nearly every morning in my clinic. One of the worst things you can do after 60 is go from bed to sitting without activating your lower body. Most men over 60 wake up, pour a cup of coffee, and sit at the kitchen table, sometimes for hours. What they don't realize is this passive start restricts blood flow to the pelvic region, particularly the prostate. Without oxygenated blood and movement, your body can't clear inflammation, and your prostate stays congested and irritated. That's when symptoms like urgency, weak flow, or nocturia become more noticeable. Your prostate is a vascular organ, meaning it relies heavily on good circulation. When you go from a horizontal sleeping position directly to seated stillness, you allow pressure to build up in your lower pelvis. Add dehydration and caffeine to the mix, and your prostate is under assault before your day has even begun. That's why so many men feel tired, bloated, or uncomfortable before noon, and why medications alone don't always help. It's not just about pills. It's about what you do in the first 30 minutes of your day. So what do I recommend? A simple 2-minute routine to kickstart circulation. Stand up, stretch your hips gently in circles, do 10 air squats, and take a few deep breaths. Then drink a full glass of water before your coffee. That movement wakes up your pelvic floor, clears overnight congestion, and gives your prostate the oxygen and hydration it desperately needs. These small steps, done consistently, are far more powerful than most people realize. You're not just starting your day, you're setting the tone for your long-term health. One of the most overlooked causes of prostate inflammation after 60 is zinc deficiency, and sadly, it's often triggered by how men eat in the morning. Zinc is one of the most essential minerals for male health. Your prostate stores more zinc than any other organ in your body. But here's the catch. As you age, your ability to absorb and retain zinc decreases dramatically. And if you skip breakfast or choose the wrong foods, you're starving your body of this critical nutrient without realizing it. Let's look at a typical scenario. You grab a slice of toast, maybe some cereal, and drink your coffee. You feel like you've had something. But what you've actually done is flooded your body with phytates and caffeine, both of which block zinc absorption. Worse, if your breakfast is low in protein or healthy fat, there's nothing to slow down that caffeine, which hits your kidneys fast and increases urination. Zinc is flushed out, your prostate loses protection, and inflammation quietly builds. Low zinc doesn't just affect your prostate, it also tanks your testosterone, increases estrogenic activity, and slows tissue repair. Over time, that means more frequent urination, less stamina, and even greater sensitivity to urinary tract irritation. It's a slow erosion that many men attribute to just getting older, but in reality, it's preventable. And it starts with fixing your morning habits, especially what goes into your body before 10 a.m. Here's my prescription. Eat something zinc supportive within 1 hour of waking. That could be a boiled egg, a handful of pumpkin seeds, or even a bit of Greek yogurt with nuts. Pair it with water, not coffee. If you take supplements, avoid doing so on an empty stomach, and never combine zinc with caffeine. These simple steps nourish your prostate, support testosterone production, and reduce inflammation where it matters most. Think of zinc as your prostate's shield. Without it, you're unprotected, but with it, you're stronger than most men your age. Most men don't realize that their prostate is a circulation-sensitive organ. It isn't just sitting there passively, it depends on active blood flow to detox, repair, and regulate hormone response. And if you're over 60 and live a mostly sedentary lifestyle, your prostate is likely underoxygenated, stiff, and inflamed, even if your symptoms haven't fully appeared yet. That's why I always tell my patients, your morning movement isn't about burning calories. It's about restoring circulation. You don't need a gym or fancy equipment. What you need is a targeted motion sequence that activates the pelvis, hips, and lower spine, the exact zones that feed blood to the prostate. Start with 10 slow hip circles in each direction. Then do 10 shallow squats, going only as low as is comfortable. Finish with a gentle standing forward bend, keeping your knees soft and your breath deep. This takes 3 minutes, costs nothing, and begins to unblock your lower pelvis, improving the vascular supply to your prostate. This ritual doesn't just feel good, it supports nitric oxide release, reduces internal pressure, and activates the lymphatic system in your lower abdomen. That means less swelling, better detoxification, and more energy throughout the day. Many men don't realize how much tension they hold in the hips and tailbone, especially after sleeping. Releasing that tension daily can reduce urgency, improve urine flow, and enhance overall pelvic function. It's a simple fix with powerful results. The men who adopt this practice regularly report surprising changes. Some notice they sleep better at night with fewer bathroom trips. Others say their lower back pain improves. But the common thread is this: they begin to feel connected to their body again. That's the power of intentional movement, not exercise for vanity, but motion for healing. If you're serious about protecting your prostate, start each day by restoring your circulation. It could be the difference between managing symptoms and reversing them naturally. It might seem harmless or even convenient to hold your urine after waking up. Maybe you're waiting for the coffee to brew or checking your phone before heading to the bathroom. But here's what most men don't realize. Holding your morning urine creates bladder tension that puts direct mechanical stress on your prostate. Over time, this habit can silently contribute to prostate swelling, increased urgency, and even bladder dysfunction. And after age 60, that pressure has a far greater impact than it did in your younger years. The prostate wraps around the urethra, the tube through which urine exits. When the bladder fills and stays full, it pushes against the prostate, especially if the surrounding muscles are tight. Holding your urine, even for 10 or 15 minutes, causes the bladder wall to contract more forcefully, increasing intra-abdominal pressure and straining the delicate tissues near the prostate. This often leads to lingering discomfort, slower flow, or a sensation of not emptying completely. Common complaints I hear daily in my clinic. Even worse, chronic holding may reduce the bladder's sensitivity over time, leading you to urinate less frequently during the day and more urgently at night. That's a dangerous cycle. The more you hold it, the more the system misfires and the greater the stress on your lower urinary tract. And this is especially concerning in men who already deal with benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, or low-grade pelvic inflammation. Small, daily habits like this can either help or hurt you, and this one clearly does the latter. So what should you do? Simple. Make it a rule to empty your bladder within the first 10 minutes of waking. No excuses. Don't delay. This helps reset your bladder tone, relieve pressure on the prostate, and establish a healthy urination rhythm for the day. It's an easy, free action that immediately improves your pelvic floor function. Remember, good prostate health isn't just about what you eat or supplement. It's also about how you move, breathe, and eliminate. Respect those rhythms, and your body will reward you. You might not connect your breathing to your prostate health, but after age 60, how you breathe in the morning plays a critical role in controlling inflammation and blood flow. The majority of men, especially those who snore or sleep poorly, wake up and continue breathing shallowly through the chest, even during quiet activities like reading or sitting. This keeps the nervous system in a state of low-level stress, which tightens the pelvic muscles and restricts healing circulation to the prostate. The body has two main operating systems: sympathetic, fight or flight, and parasympathetic, rest and repair. Shallow chest breathing triggers the first. Deep, diaphragmatic breathing activates the second, which is essential for prostate recovery. When you take fast, shallow breaths in the morning, your pelvic floor remains tense, your core muscles don't relax, and your prostate stays compressed. Over time, this leads to subtle inflammation, reduced nitric oxide flow, and impaired detoxification of the gland. You don't need to become a yoga expert. Just take 3 minutes each morning to do intentional, deep breathing. Sit comfortably, place one hand on your belly, and inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Feel your belly rise. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Repeat this 8 to 10 times. This simple habit lowers cortisol, enhances blood flow to the pelvic region, and reduces inflammation markers, all of which directly benefit the prostate and surrounding tissues. Some of my older patients report feeling calmer, more focused, and even more energized just from this breathing work. But the biggest impact is internal, where you can't see it. Think of your breath as a pump that moves oxygen, hormones, and nutrients to places that need healing. If your prostate is inflamed, it needs support from your nervous system, not more tension. Deep morning breathing is one of the most powerful but ignored tools in prostate protection. Start tomorrow. You'll feel the shift. Many men over 60 wake up cold, especially in winter months or in homes with poor insulation. So they instinctively reach for a hot cup of coffee. And while that may seem comforting, here's the problem. Caffeine on an empty, cold system increases internal tension, tightens blood vessels, and triggers inflammatory responses in the lower urinary tract. This is especially problematic if you skipped hydration or haven't moved your body yet. That coffee is doing more than waking you up, it's waking up inflammation. Your prostate, bladder, and kidneys are all part of a sensitive system that responds to temperature, hydration, and nervous system tone. When you flood it with caffeine too early, before water, minerals, or movement, you force those organs into overdrive. The result? More pressure, more urgency, and more nighttime bathroom trips. I see this pattern constantly. Men who think their caffeine habit is harmless, yet they complain of persistent pelvic tension and can't figure out why. So here's what I advise. Start your morning with 500 to 700 milliliters of warm water before any coffee. You can add a pinch of mineral salt or a squeeze of lemon to enhance absorption and support circulation. This not only rehydrates you, but also gently warms your digestive and urinary systems, preparing them for the day without shock or stress. Only after this hydration should coffee or tea be introduced. And even then, it should be accompanied by food and movement, not consumed sitting still. This minor change has a major impact. My patients who switch to warm water first report less urgency, clearer urine, and even better focus. Their prostates feel calmer, and their digestion improves too. You're not just drinking water, you're setting the tone for your entire system. The key is timing, temperature, and intention. By respecting your body's rhythms, you give it a chance to heal instead of constantly putting out fires. And for men over 60, that can mean the difference between decline and renewal. There's a short, powerful window in the morning when your body is still in fasting mode, working hard to eliminate waste and repair tissues. This natural detox cycle usually lasts until mid-morning, but most men unknowingly sabotage it. They either eat processed carbs too early, stay sedentary, or add caffeine without hydration. And this interrupts the body's ability to remove excess estrogen, toxins, and waste products that directly impact prostate size and inflammation. Your liver, kidneys, and lymphatic system work overnight to gather waste. But they rely on hydration, gentle movement, and correct hormone signaling to flush it out. If your first act of the day is to eat a sugary pastry, skip movement, or hold your urine, that waste stays stuck. And where does it accumulate? Often around the lower abdomen and prostate, creating a cycle of swelling, hormonal imbalance, and stagnant blood flow. You feel sluggish, bloated, and irritable, and you may not even know why. So how can you honor your body's natural detox rhythm? Begin the day with hydration, light movement like hip rolls or walking, and no processed food until after that first flush. If possible, avoid dairy and bread products in the first 2 hours. Focus on high zinc, high fiber foods later in the morning. These support testosterone metabolism and encourage the liver to eliminate excess estrogens, which is vital for prostate health after 60. Think of this morning rhythm as your first medicine of the day. Men who embrace this rhythm consistently tell me they feel less pressure in their pelvis, fewer urges to urinate, and more energy. It's not about starving yourself. It's about syncing with your biology. Your body is already trying to protect you. All you need to do is stop interrupting that process with stress, sugar, and stillness. When you support your natural detox window each morning, your prostate becomes lighter, your circulation improves, and your entire system starts working with you, not against you. After 60, it's easy to believe your body's best days are behind you, especially when you wake up tired, deal with frequent bathroom trips, or feel that your vitality is slowly fading. But I want to remind you of something simple and powerful. You are not powerless. Every morning, you are given a new opportunity to support your body and protect your prostate with small but deeply effective choices. And the habits we've explored in this series are exactly that. Choices. Not magic pills, not surgeries, just proven daily actions that any man can take starting tomorrow. You've now learned that holding your urine can strain the prostate, that shallow breathing locks your pelvic muscles in stress, that hydration rhythms matter more than you thought, and that your body's detox window deserves protection. These aren't theories. These are clinically observed realities from decades of working with thousands of men just like you. And the best results always came when they stopped waiting for things to get worse and started building a better rhythm, one morning at a time. I've watched men in their late 60s go from frustrated and inflamed to vibrant and calm. I've seen 70-year-olds reverse their nighttime urination problems, not because they found a miracle cure, but because they changed how they moved, breathed, and nourished their bodies each morning. That's the secret, not more effort, but better direction. You don't need to do everything perfectly. You only need to be consistent with what works. And you already know what works now. So as you finish this video, I invite you to take one of these habits, just one, and apply it tomorrow. Write it down. Post it near your bed. Share it with someone you care about. And most importantly, listen to your body. It's speaking to you every morning. It's telling you what it needs. Give it time, give it rhythm, give it space to heal. And if this series helped you, share it with another man who might need it too. You're not just learning, you're becoming the kind of man who leads by example. And your prostate will thank you.